Imagine if you were a parent and you have just been told by a pediatrician or a teacher that your child has autism.
Imagine if you were told 2 of them did.
We found out through early intervention that the twins were not developing appropriately. Michael's getting ready to turn 2 and he had no speech and he banged his head.
You don't know what it means for your child's life or for your family, and you don't know what might be of help to you. It's a very frightening time.
You know, as a first-time mom, I was a mother of twins.
Listen to me. Wait a minute. My costume. You want your costume on?
They were premature and they were boys, so I didn't really know that we had issues. It was deemed necessary to have behavioral services. I feel like so much of the time I'm sort of like, help me, I can't take it anymore. And the therapist coming in helped me get through it and make me not feel like I'm such a horrible mom.
Is that your Halloween costume?
When they walk in our door, they really do care about what's going on in our life. They really do what they call learning across environments. They will work downstairs and then they'll do the same information upstairs because children with autism tend not to be able to generalize like a typical child can. We have difficulties with attending to activities or paying attention, and to listen to an adult, have them respond to your name being called.
Are you Michael or Matthew?
Michael.
Michael, thank you.
Everything that you and I would take for granted. Most children learn things just because they're watching everybody else. It's called incidental learning. Children who are in the autism spectrum have to learn things step by step, repeatedly. My little Matthew didn't know he had a lower half of his body. Like, I used to have to push his head over and say, you know, these are your feet. Let's put your pants on. Right leg, left leg. And we had to do that for a while. You would never know today that little Matthew didn't know he had a lower half of his body because he's done so well. And they go and do community activities with us to work on our behavior. How do we go have a picture taken? My kids used to flip out having our pictures taken. We could not get Christmas pictures. You know, how do we get our hair cut? How do we go to the dentist? It's just recently that I've taken 3 children to the grocery store, which to most people is a necessity. But when you have 2 children who behaviorally look like you're providing bad parenting to, when really it's a neurological deficit that they have.
Well, he did it as a favor.
You know, it's a huge thing. And it has not always looked like this. We have always been crazy and been hanging from the curtains and looking like Tarzan on a regular basis. If it really wasn't for them, I think I would be living at McLean Hospital.
HMEA's mission is to work in partnership with families and to develop services that are very appropriate for that individual family.
HMEA really looks at your child and really adapts to the best way that they learn.
A monkey? How about tell me something that
I like HMEA because the early intervention model is a really play therapy based model, which means that they follow the child around.
See? Thank you. Good listening.
To make sure that learning is taking place.
The child gets comprehensive support.
Well, we have Play-Doh, which we could play on the table.
And therefore is very quickly successful and can move on to other things.
They've moved out of early intervention and they're in the public school system. And our public school does contract with HMEA so that we have support in the classroom as well as at home. And so it helps to provide carryover from school to home in terms of learning.
I'm going to get back to work now. Bye.
We make sure that the goals are the same and that the most successful strategies are used across all of those settings.
People don't understand, and people make judgments on things they have no idea what's happening. HMEA has helped to make us more of a normal family. If you drive up to my house on the outside, we look like a typical family, and then you come inside, you can really see where the difference is between a typical household. But on the outside, we all look the same.
Which Power Ranger are you?
Red.
Red.
Michelle Mayer's goal is to help maintain children with autism in their local schools and neighborhoods while increasing their skills.
We consider schools our partners. This partnership exists to help children achieve all that they can achieve. Services that we provide to school-age children include wraparound services for families who need before-school care and after-school care. We have an after-school program that we run within a public school setting. Kids come to that program after school and we provide different activities for them to do. It's a difficult transition for anyone to make from high school to the adult world, and it's more difficult for kids with special needs. The services that we provide help to make that transition easier for them.
And HMEA reaches beyond homes and schools to help families who are dealing with autism, connecting communities and cultures.